And I'm out.
Yeah.
My bad. What's going on? It's your boy Syntell with Intel, and you can already see Rekkai is in the building. What's going on, champion?
Hello, governor.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. This is the Game of Thrones. This is season 1, episode 7. This one is titled You Win or You Die. I just love how they just get straight to the point when it comes to Game of Thrones. We ain't mincing words whatsoever. Make sure you stay to the very end because you already know me and Rekkai. We're going to chop it up, have a bit of a back and forth over the things we've enjoyed and over the things we may be scratching our heads over. So without any further ado, let's get started. Ooh, that's a lot of Lannisters.
So the yellow-haired shits.
For the crimes of your bannerman, Gregor Clegane, the Mountain, arrived within the fortnight.
Notice that's a stag. That's funny.
Attacking him was stupid.
Hey, he getting right to it, ain't he?
But I love this.
Lannisters, don't act like fools.
Ugh.
You gonna say something clever? Go on, say something clever. Why is he still alive?
Tyrion?
Ned Stark.
Oh.
Why is he still alive?
It wouldn't have been clean.
Clean.
As he's literally cleaning an animal.
I could care less what anyone thinks of me.
You know, that's what you want people to think of you.
Of course, it bothers me.
A lion doesn't concern himself with the opinions of the sheep.
That's now. That's a bar.
I'm giving you half of our forces, 30,000 men.
Dang.
And remind her that Lannisters pay their debts. He's a Lannister. And every day that he remains a prisoner, the less our name commands respect.
And does concern himself with the opinions
No,
of
that's not an opinion, it's a fact. And hold him captive with impunity. We are no longer a house to be feared.
He's not lying.
He's not lying.
Not your personal glory, not your honor, but family.
He is not.
Your name, protect it.
I need you to become the man you were always meant to be. Not next year, not tomorrow.
Today.
Right now.
Yeah. Man, that's a great scene, man. He talked to him straight up like a grown man. Get it together.
Charles Dance, he does not get enough recognition, and he's a strong actor.
Yeah. He commanded that scene. I felt that. I felt that to my core. Goodness. Woo.
And he's done so many strong scenes in such terrible ass movies.
I've had worse, my lady.
Perhaps it's time to go home. The South doesn't seem to agree with you. My brother's worth 1,000 of your friend.
Your brother? Or your lover?
Oh, you just said that out loud, didn't you?
300 years to keep bloodlines pure. Jaime and I are more than brother and sister. We shared a wound.
That's gross.
In the rare event that Rob believes us whores for long enough to stumble drunk into my bed, I finish him off in other ways. And that night he crawled on top of me stinking of wine and did what little he could do. And whispered in my ear, Lyanna.
Oh.
Your sister was a corpse and I was a living girl, and he loved her more than me.
When the king returns from his hunt, I'll tell him the truth. You must be gone by then.
Why
You and your children.
would you say this out loud?
Not smart.
But that wasn't one of them.
Oh, but it was. When you play the Game of Thrones, you win or you die.
Ooh.
Come on now.
There is no middle ground.
She's speaking facts.
And
Because all the stuff you talking about doing, yeah, you might win if you was the king, but right now, you ain't him. And we're going to see how this play out. Like, I'm so I'm so just bewildered at his thinking about everything. Like,
Eddard's a good man.
you don't know.
He's an honorable man.
But he been around devils the whole time, though.
Is that a broom to the left? Is that what that is?
You're not living in the wilderness anymore. In civilized lands, you refer to your betters by their proper titles.
Looking like whatever.
Lord.
Why?
Is Theon
Why?
the Lord?
What do you mean, why?
Yes, technically. Yeah.
The Iron Islands.
What's that got to do with you?
Yeah.
Impudent. It means rude. Disrespectful.
Don't say that.
Thought she was our prisoner.
Are the two mutually exclusive in your experience?
Oh, they be calling him out
Ooh.
all the time. All
Was he wrong, though?
the time.
He wasn't wrong, though. He said, did nobody treat you that badly?
They've been gone for thousands of years.
They wasn't gone, old man. They were sleeping.
Yeah, that way. See, that's right there. Like, you got to listen. Like, how does these people, like... Look at what she's willing to do to run from it. And you're like, oh, I don't believe that. Really?
Just looking at them.
Arrogance,
Hearing
man.
them giggle.
They rich. They don't believe what poor people got to say to them.
Arrogance is tantamount to stupidity.
1 blast for a ranger returning. 2 for wildlings. 3.
There's no rider.
I see how he cut him off when he said 3. 3 for what?
The horse got up through. The horses be smart.
I'm gonna say,
Most animals, they know how to get up through. They're like,
That's my Uncle Benjamin's horse.
I was about to say, is that Benjamin's horse?
Where's my uncle?
You know about as much as I do, my guy.
Yeah, the horse knew how to find his way home, though.
Robert, we were hunting a bull.
Is that Renly?
Yeah.
Go on. You don't want to see this.
See what?
And I want everyone to taste the boar that got me.
Failed by a pig.
A pig fell by a pig.
Out, all of you!
Like, she don't want him to tell him, like, listen, yeah. You do know, them kids ain't your kids, right?
Tell a man on his deathbed that sucks.
He probably already know.
To rule in my stead until my son Joffrey comes of age.
Yeah, about that. My rightful heir.
But now he need them other people to come back in and, you know what I'm saying, certify it, ratify it. Like,
At least they'll say I did this right, this one thing. You'll hate it worse than I did, but you'll do it well.
give it to the council after I'm dead. Boy, no. How you not know who you dealing with?
My son. Help him, Ned. King Robert Baratheon. Murdered by a pig. Give me something for the pain and let me die.
Let me get some of that milk of the poppy.
Yeah. Milk me up.
Go out like, yeah.
I failed him.
Nah, bro.
No man could have protected him from himself.
That part.
The king, this swine.
His squire. From the king's own skin. His squire. The Lannister boy.
The Lancel, is that his name?
I do hope the poor lad does not blame himself.
Everybody got that look, but nobody want to say it.
You made. Unmade them. at once.
Arya said, why would he do this without any witnesses? That part.
Vos sofro. Reshi.
Reshi. Sek.
Kavos zigro adron anivaso. Mizigri, such a son dice.
She just realized she still got a lot of work to do.
A lot.
Because he's not buying into her dream too. She's like, I'm not gonna let, you know what I'm saying, my dreams go by the wayside.
My brother was a fool, I know, but he was the rightful heir to the Seven Kingdoms.
She ain't mourn him
none. Right for nothing. She can't. Everything that he said.
Conqueror didn't seize 6 of the kingdoms because they were his right. He had no right to them. He seized them because he could. I believe what my eyes and ears report. As for the rest, it was 300 years ago. Who knows what really happened?
300 years ago.
The spider sends his greetings and his congratulations. A royal pardon. You can go home now.
Oh. What's the cost of that?
Spying on her and probably setting it up for have somebody, you know, try to get her.
Rise. I'd still like to taste that wine.
That?
Yeah. It's piss.
The honor is all mine.
Somebody else would taste this first.
I hope to repay your kindness someday.
Ricardo, aso hias hogere. Open it.
The wine is for the Khaleesi. It's not for the likes of you.
Open it.
It would be a crime to drink a wine this rich without at least giving it time to breathe.
Do as he says.
Yes. Now you take a drink, my boy. You're gonna get you a sip of that sweet red.
Sweet, isn't it? Can you smell the fruit, sir?
Smell like almonds.
You first.
Yeah, you take a sip, my boy.
I'm afraid I am not worthy of the vintage.
I'm not worthy.
Drink.
Oh, yeah. Look at our faces.
And I'm out.
Yeah.
My bad. Nah. Oh, get over here.
Yeah. You tried to harm the Khaleesi, boy? You done made that up.
Damn.
Others only bastard names and no names at all. It does not matter. All that.
That's right. You're a man of the black now.
On the wall, we are all one house. Tonight.
That's right. One band, one sound.
One band, one sound.
Be a ranger.
You'll take your oath.
Isn't that what you always wanted?
Got to be a ranger.
Not much, really. But there's food.
And all loves alike.
Honor and being the steward.
You begin anew.
It's pretty much a glorified secretary. Not even glorified, just a secretary.
Yeah. You're my executive assistant.
Lives his life for the realm.
I love the transition of scenes, right? How we went from the thing with the Khaleesi to here. Because you know who that is, right?
So, that house. Not for gold.
The commander here at the wall is
but for the
Jorah's father.
And all the people.
That's Commander Mormont. He's Jorah's father.
Carefully before you say them. The penalty for desertion is death.
You know, the way they was looking at each other.
Yeah. See him, he walked out here
take
like,
your vows here.
I'm about to screw you over now, my boy.
Perhaps the old gods will.
Dang.
As you wish. We've all been assigned an order.
I mean, if you go forsake it all, I guess. Shoot.
Nico to the Rangers, Escan to the Rangers, Borkoi to the builders, Joby to the stables.
Like, he's like, yeah, you thought she's going to be a ranger. He said, nah, you a steward.
May all the gods
go around, write me a memo. You ain't going to be no ranger. The disrespect.
Ranger. It's the smile too, man. That's.
Mm-hmm. Not even a smile, it's a smirk. Smug piece of.
He's the best sword in there and made him a steward.
Mm-hmm. But remember when it just a few minutes ago that said there's honor in the stewards?
Mm-hmm.
Jon Snow, Lord Commander Mormont has requested you for his personal steward.
Commander requested you.
Change his sheets and blankets daily and do everything else the Lord Commander requires of you.
Mm.
Do you take me for a servant? We took you for a man of the Night's Watch.
Mm.
Yeah.
Stewards are nothing but maids. I'm a better swordsman and rider than any of you. It's not fair.
There was honor in it a few minutes ago.
I'll never see my family again. I'll never be inside a woman again.
Don't tell me about
Tell
fate.
me about fate.
That's right.
I was going to tell a bunch of strangers to how Lord tried to grab my cock.
Could you sing me a song, Pip? I'd like to hear a song.
Screw you. Yeah. That song for you is called Kiss My Ass.
The old man is the Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.
Listen.
You'll be with him day.
Take his letters,
attend him at meetings, squire for him in battle.
Soap game.
Be part of everything.
Yes.
And he asks for you himself.
Yes.
He wants to groom
you get to be
for command.
That part, man.
That's
Pay
right.
attention.
Yeah. Yeah. Think outside of yourself, dummy.
I always wanted to be a ranger.
Yeah, but now you get to be commander.
What? Oh, I'm serious.
Oh, sure.
Like, I was wanting to be Gandalf. It's amazing the opportunities that you pass up when you can't think outside of yourself.
That part.
We must get Joffrey away from his mother and into our custody. Protector of the realm or no, he who holds the king holds the kingdom. Every moment you delay gives Cersei another moment to prepare. By the time Robert dies, it will be too late for the both of us. Saving the Seven Kingdoms from Cersei and delivering them to Stannis. You have odd notions about protecting the realm. Bloody line of succession. That didn't matter when you rebelled against the Mad King. It shouldn't matter now.
He's speaking facts.
Trying to pull your coattail, man.
What's best for the people we rule?
Mm.
He inspires no love or loyalty. He's not a king. I am.
Oh. He was like, I'm going to throw my own hat in the ring, though.
Right. Ninja, what?
Tell me something. Do you still believe good soldiers make good kings?
If that's the case, then Jaime the Kingslayer should be the king.
Last hours by shedding blood in his halls and dragging frightened children from their bed.
Ooh, you're an honorable man, Ned Stark. You're so honorable.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, so are many a fool.
My honor.
Many a fool.
Only Stannis himself.
Yes, my lord.
Look at Littlefinger. Littlefinger, no, he be creeping in.
And you know the thing is, he did that. That right there is supposed to be his insurance.
My lord,
you know what I'm saying? You put Stannis up on game in case something happened to him. He's way too short-sighted. And Eddard...
Joffrey and Tommen are Jaime Lannister's bastards.
You keep saying that out loud.
Unless...
There is no unless. He is the rightful heir. Nothing can change that.
Oh,
Help, you would be wise to deny it to him and to make sure Joffrey succeeds.
He don't be thinking.
Do you have a shred of honor?
You are now Hand of the King and Protector.
Do you have a shred of common sense, my boy?
Take it.
My price would be modest.
What you suggest is treason.
Only if we lose.
That is the uncomfortable truth.
With the people who tried to murder my boy.
We only make peace with our enemies, my lord. That's why it's called making peace. So why did you call me here? Not for my wisdom, clearly. When the Queen proclaims one king and the Hand proclaims another, whose peace do the gold cloaks protect?
There's the question.
Who do they follow? The man who pays them.
They are spitting bars, Renly and him.
It's just hot fire. Every episode, though, it's just bars on bars. Damn, boy.
Yeah, but here's the thing too. It makes you wonder, what is the actual worth of honor? And I'm not saying let's not have honor, let's not have integrity, but damn, like, how can you have honor without having someone who's loyal to you right by your side, who understands the way of the snake and can operate in that in a moment's notice?
Silver Horse said in the chat, he said, honor only works if it's a two-way street.
It shall not end until my death.
I'll wait till our discussion, because I got something on that.
I am the watcher on the walls. I am the shield that guards from the realm of men. And honor to the Night's Watch for this night and all the nights to come.
Ooh, that's a tough one to live out, man. Goodness. From this night until my last.
What's he got there?
You know what that is, man.
Bring it here.
Come here, Ghost. He's just over here. He's like, yeah, Daddy found a chew toy.
And when he falls?
I saw a man last 9 miles once.
Dang, just dragged. Ugh.
The last Targaryen. Your son will have Targaryen blood with 40,000 riders behind him.
Your son is going to be born with an army. Was Khal Drogo. But say, you know, he don't play that. You try to poison my wife? You try to poison my baby mama? Ah, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Look at him. He's like, boy, I'm going to go straight Aquaman on your monk ass. Look, for somebody he barely even like wanted at the beginning, he don't play about his boo thing.
Nah, not at all. He's all in though now though.
Yeah.
Any horse. That's like picking any Bugatti for them.
Yeah.
And they like any of the Bugattis.
And it almost is like he's like a Arabian prince. Pick any horse.
Oh, he all in now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get a chair. 7
kingdoms. Yeah, he said chair, throne, whatever. Look at him talking that.
Talking that ish. Look at him.
Yeah.
No call has ever done. Woo, he hot right now.
Yeah, he's spitting in his face. Yeah.
Look. I'll see all
look
that too.
She's like, wait, you taking things too far. You wilding now, boy.
My man giving that Sunday night football speech.
Look at her face. She's like, you know what? Everybody get out the tent. I gotta talk to my man in private right quick.
She is like, I am yours forever.
Yes. She ready to break him off. She ready to pay that tax.
Damn.
Yeah, talk that stuff.
Say, I'll get you your throne. Get you your 7 kingdoms.
Whatever you want.
And now you out with your dick out.
Yeah.
About to get drugged. Oh, golly.
Behind the horse, the woman you try to kill.
All right. Yo, Love said, hold on, wait a second. Let me give him another son real quick.
Robert is gone. The gods give him rest.
Robert's gone.
And now it begins.
All is accomplished. The city watch is yours.
Good. You're joining us?
I fear Lord Renly has left the city.
Yep.
Through the old gate an hour before dawn with Sir Loras Tyrell and some 50 retainers.
He already know. He know who he fooling with.
Renly was
And when
like,
dude didn't
not
want-
me.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me.
All hail his grace, Joffrey of houses Baratheon and Lannister.
And look who right next to Joffrey. Look at what she's looking at him.
I wish to be crowned within the fortnight. Today I shall accept oaths of fealty from my loyal counselors.
Sir Barristan, I believe no man here could ever question your honor.
Look at the smug look on Eddard's face.
That's a look of stupidity.
Lord Eddard Stark is herein named Protector of the Realm.
She like...
May I see that letter, Sir Barristan? Is this meant to be your shield, Lord Stark?
Oh!
Piece of paper.
Those were the king's words.
We have a new king now. Lord Eddard, when we last spoke, you offered me some counsel. Allow me to return the courtesy. Bend the knee and swear loyalty to my son.
Damn.
Your son has no claim to the throne.
Liar! Sir Barristan seized this traitor. You think he stands alone?
Oh, we got the big boy.
Lay down their swords. No one needs to die.
Yoinks! Oh, somebody gonna die. Yoinks! Ah!
I did warn you.
Got him! I told you. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're gonna see a cut down version of our reaction because we're only allowed to show you a limited amount of picture-in-picture. But if you wanna watch the whole thing with us uncut, uninterrupted, head over to our Patreon page at patreon.com/Syntell. Become a member of this channel. You'll get access to the full uncut reaction, but you will need your own Netflix, HBO Max, or Disney Plus subscription so you can open up each episode in an adjacent window to our reaction. We'll give you a little time with a small reference video at the bottom of the screen to help you sync up the footage. And it'll be like you're watching it with your favorite pals from the internet. I told yo dumbass, why wouldn't you listen? He was like, I've given you a way out. Just do these short, quick little things. My honor. My honor. Ah. Littlefinger was crazy. Littlefinger was like, dude, I got you. So all you gotta do is just this thing. Why won't you listen? Ah. All right. All right. Rekkai, man, how you feeling, man? This is a pivotal episode.
I forgot how much this episode pissed me off. Like, as much as I love Ned Stark, I forgot how much he absolutely pisses me off. And you know, the thing about any of this is you would, for most people, I would think you would like to wake up and think of yourself as a person with honor, with integrity. I don't know. Maybe some people are like, no, I'm a low down, dirty scoundrel. I'm proud of it or whatever. I don't know. But what, you know, you think of, you watch stuff like this and like, what would I do if I was Ed Stark? If I was in that position, how would I have handled this? And I must say, I don't know. For one, I don't know how to handle it, but I would like to think, because the problem that we have as an audience is that when you're not following Eddard Stark, right?
Okay.
We get to go follow Littlefinger and see all the private conversations he has.
Right.
We get to follow Tywin, and when he has this private conversation with Jaime, we get to follow the Queen when she has these private conversations. So we know so much that Eddard Stark does not know. He is thinking that what he is doing is right, and the way he's doing it is right. And we can plainly see that everything that he is doing is wrong, simply for the fact that you will not play the game by the rules that are spoken and unspoken. You have to know what game you're playing.
Yeah.
And just because somebody said, listen, sit down, we're going to play spades, right? Well, you and I both know you may be the best spades player you know. I might be the best spades player I know. However, if we don't establish what the rules are at the beginning of the game, you're going to lose because you assumed too much about the other people sitting at the table with you. And that is Ned's problem. He going to lose because he, you know what I'm saying? He's out there throwing down the deuce. He's like, yeah. And it's like, that don't trump the ace or, little joker and the way we play. You sit down at the table talking about these are the rules. No, you didn't establish these are the rules by the way that we play. You the newcomer to this table. Yep. Like it pisses me off.
It's you're dealing with politics. I think it's pretty safe to say in most lands that you go to, politicians are pretty shady. There are good men who try to fight the good men and women who try to fight the good fight, but you're dealing with dens of vipers. And sometimes, you got to get dirty. Sometimes, you got to play ball in unscrupulous ways in order to help the greater good. And I think that's what the king's little brother was saying. He's like, I hear what you're saying, man. I understand the honor and everything, but we are here to serve the people. Like, we can get dirty, but at the end of the day, the people got to survive. And you talking about putting tyrants on the throne, putting my brother who is not kingly material. You already saw what happened with your best friend who's on the throne. He was like, yo, think for the people. And we saw a little bit later on, little brother was out. And he was like, nah, I see how this is going. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna sit here and put my head on the chopping block when the sword falls, because he knew the sword was falling. He dipped out. But he was smart. My one small thing, though, in the brilliance of this show, and I never realized it until the second run through that we're having right now. This isn't a spoiler. In the beginning of this episode, we get introduced to Tywin Lannister for the very first time.
Yeah, I just now realized that.
And he's gutting a stag, which is the sigil of Robert Baratheon. I never noticed that before.
How's that? That's foreshadowing for your ass.
Wow, I was like, you gotta be kidding. And as he's cleaning the stag and skinning it, he's telling his son, putting him on game, and it's like, listen, man, I need you to step up, pay attention, and be the man you're supposed to be, and stop being a little boy right now, because it's about to get deep. I'm giving you half of my military, half, so that you can go out and make sure our name is clear so we can set up and get ready. That back and forth was just him. It was a father-son kind of talk, a mentor-mentee kind of talk. Let me just give you some clear wisdom right now. And that's how the episode started. I was like, wow, that's a good way to set the table. And then, all right, I'm done with that. Well, do you have anything else you wanted to add? I feel like I cut you off.
No, you're right. Because I did not realize that we were just introduced to Tywin in this episode. It's one of those things, is like, that is the first time we've seen Tywin. We've heard about Tywin. They laid the groundwork with telling you about Tywin and who he was. But that introduction to him was so perfect. And the fact that he cut Jaime to the quick. You can say something clever?
Yeah.
Go on, say something clever.
Smart guy.
What's your dumb ass?
Yeah.
You attack him in the street. He said, why is he still alive then? It wouldn't have been clean. Clean. Why is he still alive, dummy? He said, boy.
Yo.
He's like, and the game that he dropped on him about Tyrion.
Yeah.
He's like, I didn't know you had that much love for my brother. He said, boy, He said he's a Lannister. It don't matter. He's the lowest of us, but he's one of us.
That part.
And every minute that they were allowed to do something to one of us in our house weakens our name.
Yeah.
Period. Point blank. Period. And I feel that. And people don't have that type of conviction towards their last name or what the true meaning of their family is anymore. Like, no. You cannot attack one of us. You attack one of us, you've attacked all of us. You done made that up. You know what I'm saying? You got people out here thinking I'm weak. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we're not ass. You done made that up.
Yeah.
I think this episode is important because there were so many great conversations, just small conversations between Tywin and Jaime. This one right here between Cersei and Ned.
Yeah.
Where Ned, like a dummy, he's trying to give her out. You know what? I'm gonna need you to get your kids and get on out of town. You go back to Castle Rock. You know, boy, did you you don't even know. And then Renly tried to put him up on game. He's like, have you met her?
Yeah.
He said, dude, listen. He said, I'm gonna tell you how this is about to go down.
Yep.
She don't care nothing about what my brother said. He dead. She don't care nothing about what he said. Listen, this is what's about to happen. And then Littlefinger came behind him and said, listen.
I mean, warnings on top of warnings on top
Like,
of warnings.
dude, I don't think you know the people that you dealing with, my boy. Like, you listen, this is what you need to do. As a matter of fact, just be the king. You can be the guy. All you gotta do is reach out and take it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'll be your hand. I'll be your man behind the man or whatever. You know, and for as dastardly as Littlefinger is, if Eddard had if he had agreed to that plan, like, you know what, you're right, I'm gonna be the protector region or whatever, I'll just be king. You know what I'm saying? Marry my daughter off to him or whatever will legitimize this thing. And if he act up, then we got something for him too, or whatever. Littlefinger would have went along with the plan. But besides, he decided to be super, noble, and I'm no, it's just right, and I'm not gonna do this. Like he even said, he's like, do you still think a good soldier makes a good king?
That part.
Like, you don't want to be the king, and you one of the best soldiers around this piece. Like, what is you thinking? That's why Jaime can't be king, because he can't be trusted to be king. Sir Barristan, he can't be king. He is what he is. He does what he does. Like, it's just madness that in the end, and again, this is not spoiler, but in the end, can we predict any other kind of end for Ned except for the corner he has painted himself into, the where he has placed himself?
Yeah.
You think about the treachery of all these other people around, but it's like, if you had a lick of common sense, how could you not see it? You know what his downfall is right now at this moment? That his wife is not with him, because she wouldn't have let this shit happen. She'd have been like, is you out your rabbit ass mind? You know who these people are? Like, you know what I'm saying? She got a whole thing. She got her whole vengeance on her mind, and she pulled the move she did. And that was the downfall of Ned Stark, that he didn't have the wisdom of his wife behind him. Because
I
clearly on his own, he can't make smart decisions.
Yo, and Cersei said the thing. Cersei said the thing that is the staple of this season: you win or you die. It's as simple as that. Like, whatever it is you got to do to win, do it, because the outcome is you being deleted, man. This is wild.
And that is truly about, you are playing the Game of Thrones. And this game ain't like no other game. Listen, people thought it was all fun and games on Squid Games. Oh, we just playing red light, green light. Okay, until somebody caught that first bullet in the head. This game is different.
Oh, it's for real. Ooh.
Yeah.
They shooting.
Yeah. when they said freeze, you better freeze.
So let me ask you one more question and then we'll jump into spoiler talk. How are you feeling about what's going on at the Wall on the north side of things? And because what happened, I guess to set the tone, positions were being set. I guess people are kind of like digging their heels in, the recruits on, we here now. We saying vows. I was just curious if you had any thoughts about what's going on the north side of things.
I think what's happening at the wall, and again, this might lean into spoiler territory, so I'm not gonna say what I would have said at first, but I think it's kind of the thing where Theon, another important conversation, the conversation that Theon had with Gilly, and then Gilly had with the Maester of Winterfell. She's running. She's trying to get as south as possible. Why? Because she's not the first wildling that they've caught running, trying to get as south as possible. The Rangers, that first Ranger that Ed had to kill, same stuff, and no one will listen. I am willing to go against my vows, willing to go against everything I love and believe in, running. Why? No one has asked that. And now we get proof again in a time where the best you can do, the best cell phone you got, the best Samsung phone you got is a Raven, hopefully with swift wings. No one is asking the right questions. And the only people are this little ragtag group of people at the wall who are the ones who are going to find out the real truth and know why everybody else is battling over this game of spades with Uno cards. That the real game of life and death is out here to be played. And it don't care about no damn throne. It don't care about none of the rest of that. There is another game. The game is afoot. As a matter of fact, you paying attention, ghosts will bring you back afoot.
I see what you did there. That's great. That's a good place to actually stick a fork in the regular talk. We're about to jump into the spoilers section. I just want to make sure we give everybody ample time to tip their waiters, tip their waitresses, clean up. I ain't saying you got to go home, but if you don't want to be spoiled, you got to get the hell up out of here. Spoiler chat. All right. I'm trying to think of some of the stuff off the top of my head. The only thing that I can think of is not even really spoiler-ish. It's just the slow inclusion of one of the wildlings that you were talking about, who's going to end up taking, what is it? Not Rickon. It is Rickon. She watches Rickon, the youngest one, and she also watches Bran, I think, as well.
Bran.
Yeah, and you get some of that wildling knowledge. Teaching Bran to think outside of the box more so. She ends up kind of like becoming his mentor in a sense, in a lot of ways, for at least the first, I want to say maybe the first couple of seasons, if I remember.
Yeah, Gilly is, I want to say she's in at least through season 4, season 5.
Right. Yeah.
Because I remember where she, we're in spoilers. So,
yeah.
She's in until she meets her demise by the other mofo of this entire show. Another one, it would be On Sight. And that's
the worst.
Ramsay Bolton.
Ramsay Bolton. Oh boy, you got your season villains now. Man.
Yeah, Ramsay Snow. Yeah. So
that's a different kind
you
of
thought
evil.
you hated Joffrey. Woo. Yeah, Ramsay's on a whole nother level. Like,
and
the thing is, maybe he's that evil though because he's older. He's had more time to mature into his evilness.
Yeah.
And out here in the world just doing stuff. Like, can you imagine if Joffrey had time to grow older and really see how far his evil could go because it's unchecked? Because as evil as Ramsay Bolton is, Joffrey would have been worse because he's the king.
Yeah, that's true.
He got away with everything that he wanted to do. Yeah, he got more access, more resources. Like, he had done the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Where everybody been lining up to be the king slayer. I'd be like, listen, I'll take him down because this one. Yeah.
So if I remember right in the books, and please correct me if I'm wrong, because I think I may be wrong, but I thought I remembered in the books. God, it's been so long since I read them. Littlefinger actually had time to intercept that message that was passing by him, and that's how he kind of like set the table. Because once Eddard like revealed his plan that he was going to be, the honorable guy, and then just let policy go as it typically does. He turns around and stops the letter that goes to what's his name? The king's older brother. In fact, am I right in that? I thought that's what it was. So
in the books,
in the books, I thought it was revealed that it is actually Littlefinger that actually kind of like really got the wheels in motion, for Eddard's final demise. But I guess I'm saying all that because he had that little speech in the very beginning when he's, training some of his women of the night, some of his whores, on how to properly pleasure, by pretending that there's some cool parallels that he did with that, with what it means to please a man. He's like, the guy knows what he's there for, but your job is to give the illusion that he's getting what he wants. And then he says at the very end, I'm not here to just take over. I'm here to fuck everybody. And then he ends up putting the knife to Eddard's neck at the very end after he poured honey wine in his ears, about how we got your back. I was like, oh, those dots connected beautifully. Anything else you wanted to bring? Spoiler wise.
Again, all that shit is Ed's damn fault. You have led to your own demise, sir, with your dumb ass. Like, it makes you think. It's like all of the honorable men that you have known.
Yeah.
They had to travel with a killer. They had to travel with, and like yourself, like if you had a crew of people, dudes you run with, there's got to be at least one of them dudes in your crew that is a live wire. If shit go down, that's the dude that you want by your side. Like, that is because, there's no way Martin Luther King was walking around here, putting himself in the situations that he did without one of them dudes that's on his staff. And I know he was a Christian minister,
but he ain't stupid.
But one of them dudes on his squad,
yeah.
One of them dudes was the farthest thing from him. One of them dudes was a shooter. He had a straight killer that rolled with him. You can't tell me he didn't. There is no way. You know what I'm saying? Like, or what are his bodyguards? Like, do y'all pray? We like yeah. We pray you don't get in our damn way. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yo, that's a trip.
I don't. Ned didn't roll like that, and that's what really pisses me off. His little man, his little partner, Jury wasn't like that. Jury got taken out so fast by the Kingslayer. Yeah,
just gurgling. It's like
Yeah, it's almost like if he had last words. It's almost like if he had last words, he'd be like, "Wait, y'all allowed to pull daggers up? That's what y'all do down here? Y'all allowed to stab people in the faces down here? We don't do that at Winterfell. Like, what is you thinking? Like,
you know what else is cool too? Spoiler wise, we got a chance to see Maester Luwin for the very first time. Who the world thinks that Dany is the last Targaryen. But there's actually another one in these streets, and that's Maester Luwin, who was actually in line to take the throne, but turned it down. Yeah, so he didn't want that smoke, turned it down, and took the black. I think it's kind of interesting that they showed him just briefly before the kids took their vows, and one of the vows is I shall take no titles and hold no lands. And then you can see Luwin in the background. It's like, dang, dog. If there's anybody that potentially had it all, if anything could change the course of all of this, it's Maester Luwin.
He could have been the king.
He could have been the king, and none of these problems would have happened. None of them. Even Robert's rebellion wouldn't have happened. Potentially, if had he. Not potentially, because the Mad King wouldn't have been there. The whole realm would have looked totally different. None of this would be happening if that little frail old man that you see off in the cut, like you had to almost kind of like squint your eyes to see who it was. If that dude would have just lived up to his responsibilities and taken the throne, none of this would have happened. I thought that was just kind of interesting.
And it's very interesting about how one choice can change the entire outlook of not your life, but shit, it would have been everybody's life.
Yeah.
But at the same point, you still have to be true to yourself and do what is in your heart to do. And if he knew it ain't in me to be king, and it ain't even about how many people would maybe benefit from me being king over one of my crazy ass brothers or something like that. Like, I can't do it. You know, Robert said that to Ned. You know, if you think you hated, you know, when I was king, shit, I know you really gonna hate being a king. You know. And that's very true. When you not, that's not what you do. You know what I'm saying? Is you stay out of them streets. You know what I'm saying? If maybe even if one time you ran the streets and you was a killer, you was a dope dealer, you was a whatever, you know what I'm saying? A purveyor of the flesh of the night, whatever it was. If that's not what you do anymore, you don't go out there in them streets and do that. It's not you.
But here's where I argue against that. My argument against that is that by you allowing the Mad King to take the realm, all of this blood is on Lewin. This is on him. That was a choice that he made, and his choice affected other people. Just because you ain't built to do something doesn't mean you just don't have a responsibility to do something. There's some people that be like, I'm not built to be a father, and I'm not going to take that because I'm not built for it. And then the repercussions is their child, you know, acts a certain kind of way or does all these things. Like you gotta own up to it, whether you want it or not. Your choices have repercussions that ripple. And that is exactly what's happening with Lewin. Lewin, this blood is on Lewin's hand. You know, whether you built for it or not, you gotta own this. This is on you.
You know, and honestly, that's a valid point. But at some point too, you have to do what the universe has laid out for you. The path that God has laid out for you is the path that you have to walk. Okay. And doing other things that are not in your path, but you're doing it because, you know what, I feel like I have a responsibility to X, Y, and Z. If that's not part of your path, it's not part of your path. And not only could you still lose everything anyway, you might make things worse. It's just what is going to be is what's going to be, you know. So you trying to stick your finger in, you know what I'm saying, in the dam to, you know, stop the water from whatever, it's a Band-Aid. You know, it's what is going to be is going to be. So you have to walk out the path the steps that God has laid out for you.
That's interesting. I hear you. I'm curious. I'm very curious to hear what the chat has to say regarding those two positions. I know we're a little bit crunched for time, so I want to go ahead and tell everybody, do yourself a favor and head over to Rekkai's YouTube page, because as you can see, you know how me and Rekkai are going back and forth. We talk like this all the time, and if you want to see it in its final purest form, you need to head over to Rekkai's Patreon and also his YouTube page. Sign up, be a Patreon, be a subscriber. Rekkai, can you tell the people how they get in contact with you?
YouTube.com, or even better yet, Patreon.com. / Newprondaville, NUPEFROMDAVILLE. Gotta be about this. Gotta be about this. Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef. See y'all next episode. All right, y'all take care. Peace.